Leia-Snoke? But why? Explain it to me! Hello everybody, it's me, Escriva, and yes, I do know that there are already too many variations of this theory's explanation. It seems to me that only the lazy ones didn't throw in some thoughts of their own on this subject, and believe me that I wouldn't make my own video on this unless I had something to say. Time is money, right? So, as I noticed, nobody has made a deep analysis of this theory actually. Mostly people are talking about Carrie Fisher in black robe and that from the start Snoke was being considered to be a woman. As for me, well, it all seems kinda far-fetched. But what's really interesting is the motivation Leia could have had to fulfill such cockiness, right? And the more I thought about it, the more obvious it all became. Let's start from the simple things and then move on to a more deeper analysis, shall we? First of all, Star Wars universe is infested with duality, dichotomy, and its characters are constantly switching their sides from light to dark and back again, and sometimes backwards once more. It is highly a black and white universe in which not only switching the themes maneuver is performed a lot, but also a concealing of one's true persona, two characters under one person's guise, and so on. If you are interested, I even came up with a theory of 3 different characters being actually 3 impersonations of one. I'll leave a link closer the end of this video. So, why would Leia pretend to be Snoke? First of all, this trick of shape-shifting has already been used in Star Wars quite a lot. And as we noticed, history seems to be repeating itself in this universe. Just this time, boys became girls, girls became boys, white is black now, and so on. No racism or sexism, just highlighting facts here. By the way, above mentioned dichotomy of Star Wars universe expresses in the form of family relationships, be it brother, sister, and father from the canon Star Wars Clone Wars or non-canon plot of Leia's children, Jaden and Jaina, or Jaina, how she called. One child being on the side of light, other being on the dark side. So, this being understood and following logic of this theory, Anakin Skywalker actually restored the balance of the Force in the universe. He himself became the avatar of the father and his children of son and the daughter. Onwards. Let's look at Leia's character in details. Leia grew up in foster family, being surrounded by royal court intrigues. From an early age, she became a politician, a good one, being involved in rebellion since her teenage years, played crucial role in the destruction of the Empire. Unlike Luke, and this is important, she did not feel any warm feelings towards their father, wasn't close with him, but as she said in The Return of the Jedi, she always knew it somehow. So, can we believe that getting acknowledgement that Vader is her father, she wasn't actually shocked by it and was even proud? We should also notice that Leia differs quite a lot from her stepfather, and her hot-blooded temper gives her some similarities with her biological father, remaining at the same time a diplomat, just like her mother, which is a good combination by the way, which cannot be said about her simple farm boy type brother. But what she, a clever, tempered, ambitious, as we noticed, person did get as a reward for her accomplishments. In A New Hope, if you remember, Leia was on the top positions in the Rebel Alliance. But whom did Leia Skywalker become? A general? After destruction of the second Death Star, a new republic has been established, and with it a Senate too. But Leia did not become part of it because Alderaan was destroyed, and so she, a princess of the destroyed planet, became a general of the new republic armed forces. After Battle of Jakku, a peace treaty was signed. Officially, the war ended. Leia gave birth to Ben. A peaceful life seemingly has been started, but years passed by and it all changed. Leia left the New Republic armed forces in favor of resistance, partly because of the inability of the New Republic to give stand to a rising power of the First Order, partly because of the assaults many made on her after revealing of the fact that she is the daughter of Darth Vader. That is, a person with a clear political ambitions was expelled to a position of a general of the resistance. They gave her a weapon same time disabling her of the political power. Smart move, guys, smart move. And Leia sacrificed the most in the name of the victory over the Empire, her planet, status, even father, whom she didn't even have a chance to get to know really. In fact, after the fall of the Empire, Leia lost a lot more than she gained, from a rich princess to general. She was restrained from the politics, her marriage became a failure. Unlike her brother, a kind simpleton, farmer from a distant planet, she has lost everything, in return receiving only the assaults about her origins. Imagine for a second, for instance, that reveal has come up that Hitler is your biological father, and it became known. What are your chances of building a political career? Actually, your chances of rising to power are high, because if we compare an empire to real-world resemblance, then it's definitely the Third Reich, and the First Order is nothing but neo-Nazis. Imagine of what worth is Hitler's direct descendant to neo-Nazis, and this descendant, bright, strong, who has proven her capability both on the battlefield and political arena, is expelled from the politics. As I mentioned above, new events in the Star Wars universe are redrawings of the past, so as I can remember, there was already such a smartass who, being leader of one galacto-political, came up with this word by myself, by the way, Powell established another one and made both fight each other to reach his goal of gaining absolute power. The name of that smartass was Palpatine, or Darth Sidious, and the name of our new smarty skirt is Leia, or Snoke. You are gonna say that it's far-fetched because Leia hated Vader. Yes, she did. Yet it's maybe because of Vader didn't give her a chance to prove herself in his eyes. For him, she was always a damsel in distress. Remember, it was Luke with whom Vader communicated as if he was candidate for the power in the new empire, after they both would overthrow Emperor. So, Vader concentrated his attention on Luke, yet Luke was a simple farmer boy who, by the way, was trained by the old enemy of Vader's, Ben Kenobi. But what would happen if Vader asked Leia to help him overthrow Emperor? Would she refuse? Or she would gladly accept the proposition of her father, and they both would begin to rehash the galaxy following their own idealistic vision of right and wrong. At that point, whilst young, Leia wanted to bring peace to the galaxy, just like her father, Anakin Skywalker, once wanted to end the war and put it in order at once. But that did not happen, and because of two reasons. First of all, Leia does not have force sensitivity, at least visible, and second, she is a woman. A woman could not be perceived as the main heroine of the franchise in the previous century. For sure, not as one for the movie like Star Wars, which at the starting point was considered by many as a sure failure and thus was balancing on the edge of total collapse prior its release. Or just take a look at the superhero movies. Do you remind any successful superhero movie where there was a woman as the main heroine? It may be that Wonder Woman shall become such a success, we'll see, but till that there was no such precedent. By the way, if you are keeping track of what is happening in movie industry, then you for sure have already spotted a sure tendency of feministic propaganda in movies like Mad Max, Fury Road, Game of Thrones, and even Star Wars, Force Awakens. Women are taking lead roles everywhere. So how could Leia acquire the power being a woman and, as we know, with no visible force abilities? Quite easy. She pretended to be a man, becoming a father figure for Ben Solo, her gifted yet unstable son, whose real father wandered the galaxy seeking adventures most of the time and who failed, becoming a real family man. Thus, in the end, Leia took it all in her own hands. She came up with Snoke, made her son stronger, got her tender-hearted, strong, yet unambitious brother aside with his help. The brother who, following his foolishness, ruined their father and her, leaving her with no future. and Leia revenged by continuously playing on both sides of the conflict, thus asserting herself, and she even managed to destroy Senate of the New Republic that had undermined her talents and brought her side of political arena, and also destroyed Starkiller Base, and it made her look like a true heroine in the eyes of many in the galaxy, at last. If this theory will be proven in the upcoming movies, then Leia will become a new symbol of feminist movement, yet its dark symbol, showing us to what can thirst for power lead a gentle female mental organization. Movie industry has not yet shown us any trustful, strong, female dark character. Star Wars were pioneer in many aspects, and it may be that this time they could again serve as an icebreaker of our beliefs. It's all for now, but let's keep in touch. Subscribe for the channel and click like button. This channel is derivative of my Russian channel, but it doesn't mean that it's of a second importance to me. Certainly not. I do acknowledge actually that I do enhance my ideas whilst overthinking them and making English episodes come true. So subscribe, mates. I'm going to overthink other movie and game franchises, but for now, bye bye.